Honesty, a form of truth that's so real that you have to listen, no matter if you like it or not. This whole season, I've been saying, Raw Truth family have been saying, that the Hornets roster, as it's constructed, is not good enough. That this is not the right type of roster to build around LaMelo Ball and his skill set. We've been saying that since day one. Trust me, I don't want to be right. But Miles Bridges said what we all have been saying, and the truth is a hard pill to swallow. But it's the medicine that everyone deservedly needs. Miles Bridges stated that we're not good enough. He's right. The coach is not good enough. The bigs are not good enough. The depth is not good enough, no matter what they try to force feed the media and people that the Hornets have good depth, they don't have good depth. And the fact that this dumb coach plays everybody in their mama all these minutes, sharing minutes, is an atrocity. But I'm about to chime in. What's good, everyone? This is Raw Truth Media, giving you the raw content that you deservedly need. Peace and blessings, peace and love to everyone that is listening. The Charlotte Hornets had another stinker. They gave up 144 points again. Remember, the Hornets gave up 144 points in the last game, April 2nd, against the Philadelphia 76ers. And what makes this game so bad is that the Hornets had 3 days off and still gave up 144 points. They lost to the Heat 144 to 115. Against the 76ers, it was 144 to 114. Number one, the score is odd, back-to-back games. Not even a back-to-back, but still in a 2-game span. Now, LaMelo did have 18 points, 14 assists, but he didn't shoot the ball enough. He shot 7 for 13. And JB, you really thought that having LaMelo be only a facilitator and not a scorer is going to help this team win? In back-to-back games, when the LaMelo's racking up a lot of assists, but not taking his shots that he really needs to take, there's losses. Now, I didn't say this. I'm just looking at analytics. What have I always said? The best LaMelo you'll get is when he's unconscious, when he's taking a lot of shots, when he's on the flow of the game, when he's not had to worry about coming in and out of the game, looking over his shoulder at the coach. This young brother made an all-star this year, and he's still looking over at the coach. Miles Bridges, he did what he had to do, 29 points. But again, the defense as a whole for the whole team sucks. Terry Rozier, we know his MO. When he's not taking the most shots, he's going to play zero defense. He's already not a good defender, but his defense checked out in this game. And again, the whole team played bad. But you want to know what really irks me about last night's debacle? The Hornets were getting their teeth kicked in by the Miami Heat, and James Bouknight only played 2 minutes. I repeat, the Hornets were getting their teeth kicked by the Miami Heat, and James Bouknight, your number 11 pick, Charlotte, only played 2 minutes. See, that's my problem with this coach. And I feel bad for Bouknight. I want y'all to hear me now. And Hornet fans, this is all truth what I'm about to say. I hope a lot of you don't get offended. But I wish that James Bouknight would have played somewhere else. for his sake, for his career. Now, if you step into his shoes, you will understand why I said that. For a number 11 pick to go to the G League, and it's not like James Bouknight is just an average player in the G League. He's dominated. The G League is too easy for him. And for him to get 2 minutes in a blowout game tells you all you need to know about James Borrego. Cody Martin played 27 minutes in a blowout. Why? He's not the future of this team. He's a role player, if that. And his defense is diminished. But you couldn't even give James Bouknight 13 more minutes? In total of 15 minutes, you can't even do that? This team's pathetic. Michael Jordan, Mitch Kupchak. I don't know what else we need to tell y'all. Y'all know what they need to do. That's the crazy part. They know what they need to do, but they refuse to do it. JT Thor played 2 minutes as well. Wow. Isaiah Thomas played 15. So a bunch of players getting minutes that shouldn't be getting minutes. And the young guys, even in the blowout, are not getting their minutes. How is this helping young players? To the James Borrego defenders, y'all got to answer me that. How's that helping young players? Now, family, remember that video I made talking about the expectations of the Hornets, and I mentioned that just making a playing game is not a victory. It's not an accomplishment. Remember that video? It still stands. If the Hornets do not win the playing game and win a playoff series, then it's a failure. It can't just be you win a playing game and lose a playoff series. No. You got to win a playing game and a playoff series. And I'm going to tell you why. Like I've said before, the Hornets have sacrificed that excuse of rebuilding when you did not want to build with James Bouknight, JT Thor, and others around LaMelo Ball and Miles Bridges. You failed to do it. So I'm going to have to judge you off the veteran players that are on this team. Terry Rozier, Gordon Hayward, Plumlee, a.k.a. Blumlee, Isaiah Thomas, Cody Martin, P.J. Washington. Even though he's still young, he's a young veteran. The Hornets, they gave up that right, and they have no excuses. This is the game they wanted to play. Don't get mad at Raw Truth for pointing out that real. Because the truth is not sold, it must be told. And I'm not going to sugarcoat anything. If I see the Hornets playing a below average defense, I'm going to call it out. If I see LaMelo playing passive, I'll call it out. If I see Terry Rozier playing ghost defense, all in his feelings about not getting shots and moping around and bad body language. Here's the thing about JB. You get on the young players. But when Terry Rozier displays bad body language, moping around, you don't even talk to him. You don't even say, hey, you can't be displaying that around this team. You're a veteran. We're going to need you to pick that up. He says none of that. But if it's LaMelo Ball or anybody else, it's World War III. That's the hypocrisy I'm talking about. This is why this team needs a coach that understands young players in this league, that understands this new generation. JB has Spurs colored glasses on every time he coaches and fails to realize he's not Greg Popovich. Greg Popovich could get away with it because he's an excellent coach and he's won championships. Yeah, you can get away with that when you win it. But JB, he's been a loser in this league for a while, and I'm not trying to be harsh. I'm just being honest with you all. Remember, before LaMelo Ball was on this team, the Hornets had a .333 winning percentage. Hey, it is what it is. So the Hornets could do a lot better than what they have right now. They need a whole new reconstructed roster right now. They need a new center that can clog up the paint, be a presence for once, that's athletic with big hands, that can flush it every time LaMelo throws it up. They need a two guard who is a true two guard, who plays defense and shoots when they're open. Preferably off-ball two guard will help. They need a facilitator at the bench that knows their role, that's not trying to take over this team, that knows that this is LaMelo's team, that doesn't have any ego, that plays their role. Someone mentioned it around the comment section of a player that would fit in with that role. The name would be Tyus Jones. Tyus Jones would be a match for this team off the bench, but only if there's a new coach. Because y'all know how JB does. Every time the Hornets get a facilitator guard for bench purposes, he tries to make him more than what he is. That's JB's MO. So none of that could work unless JB is not the coach of this team. But something has to give. Hornets organization, you have to do right by your fans for once. Who's out there buying tickets every game, buying merchandise, sacrificing the money they could have spent on their household. They spend it on games. And you can't even build a winner. Pathetic. And before I go, sorry for not making enough videos. I've been busy. Some positive changes are happening in my life. All glory to the Most High. Just new opportunities and with my career, and it's amazing right now. I want to thank everyone who's been supporting Raw Truth Media from the beginning. It never switched up and wavered. It never become something you're not. You've all been real ones, and I appreciate that. And I had to shout out Coach Joe. Shout out to Coach Joe for always not only being a teacher, but a leader of men, a leader in his community, a voice of reason. And we're going to do some more videos when my schedule opens up, of course. But yeah, shout out to everybody. This is Raw Truth Media, and I'm out.